It's prime time. It's prime time. Talk TV. Talk TV. We're letting you know.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Primetime, and you already know you're on Primetime Talk TV. And yeah, I'm back at you with another good video. And you already know the routine. Once you enter my house, wipe your feet off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos like these.
For Primetime.
To this day.
Oh man, let's go ahead and jump into this video, shall we? How about that Gervonta Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia pay-per-view on Showtime? Woo! It was a scorcher. It was a fight of different magnitudes. It was undercards of great triumph and great upsets. It was a night of crowd, I say participation instead of anticipation. And it was so many other things to definitely go ahead and jump on into. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the big elephant in the room. And I tell you what I say about this right here is that people may have thought that seeing certain names on this fight card, on this undercard, saying that, oh, this is gonna be nothing. Oh, he's gonna wipe the floor with this guy. Oh, he's, hey, trust me. It was only a few people that prevailed. For one, Lamont Peterson got stopped in the 4th round by his opponent. Sad way to start. Brandon Lee, he pulled off his win. That was good, definitely kudos to him. But then getting a little deeper into things, going right into, Boo Boo Andrade fight. It was a very good fight. His opponent definitely gave him some difficulties, and then, having a long layoff that will put into account some ring rust as well. But I tell you this much, Demetrius Andrade definitely dominated the hometown favorite and definitely dished him out a very worthy loss. And I say that because, being in front of your hometown, you would think a fighter would give more, but to see a lackluster performance, but then you got to look at it both ways. It could be Demetrius Andrade was that good. He nullified everything that fighter has, and that's a lot of times what you see is see, oh, this fighter didn't do this, he didn't do that. Well, you got to put it in count. He actually had an opponent in front of him. So I definitely give Demetrius Andrade his congratulations and kudos on his win, pulling out his victory. Now moving on to the next fight that everybody was anticipating, that was the Rashidi Ellis versus the Venezuelan killer Villa. Straight up, that's my name. I'm gonna give him myself a nickname, moniker, whatever you want to call it. But I tell you what, I told everybody I was watching the fight with, the pay-per-view with, I said, this guy's demeanor and aura is something different. I was like, you can look for the probably see an upset on this. They like, oh, why? Nah. And to my beautiful boxing eye and analysis, I picked it right. He sat back and allowed Rashidi Ellis to throw off as many punches as he could. He wore himself out. He punched himself out. He even threw a record breaking of jabs and landed in this fight. Outpointed, outscored. But I tell you what, them last 4 or 5 rounds. But see, you got to think about it too also. Rashidi Ellis, they weren't fighting for a belt. Why did they have these guys in a 12-round fight? Make you wonder, huh? Make you wonder how they keep from going under. Well, putting a fighter in a fight with a Venezuelan killer like Villa in 12 rounds, and usually you see 12 rounds for championship for belts, but they put him in there for 12 rounds. And, it was to Villa's advantage, if you ask me. So, hey, it is what it is. It made for great drama. Villa told your boy Rashidi Ellis before the fight at the weigh-in, I'm going to take that smile from him. And as you can see, he did it. He owned up to it. And of course, both said that they would go for a rematch. Villa said, hey, I definitely oblige him in a rematch. It's going to be the same thing. And Rashidi Ellis wanted a rematch to try and, regain his name. But are they going to put him at a 12-round match again? It was a big test. And unfortunately, Rashidi Ellis failed. Using so much of his explosiveness throughout the first half, the second half is really what matters the most in boxing. And he just learned that real serious piece of experience right there. And I know going into any other fight from here on out, Mr. Rashidi Ellis is going to remember that. Unlike Boots versus his opponent, Chahakazan, hey, dude run. He used his legs. He bounced around. He did what most black fighters do to Boots. Ironic, ain't it? You hear so much of other fighters complaining about, black fighters not sitting still and trading shots. Well, Boots was ready to do it, but his opponent won't. And all he was there to do was just to survive. He was, in his mind, was not going to be knocked out. And, a lot of fighters are like that. That was a victory to him. Even though he lost, just not getting knocked out was a victory to him. He probably promised his family, his kids, everything. I ain't getting knocked out. Whatever you do, don't get knocked out. And he made sure he accomplished that. Now, did that make Boots look bad or anything like that? People are saying, oh, he ain't ready for Spence. He couldn't dispose of this guy and yada, yada, yada. Well, it's hard to dispose of someone that won't engage, right? And if somebody is in that ring just to survive, then maybe, just maybe, it shows something else. It showed the experience that it's going to take for, Boots to go back and look at that film to figure out how to cut off the ring more on somebody that want to run and use their legs. So, I tell you what, I give Showtime kudos for how they laid this out. A lot of people didn't know or know of the fighters that was in the fight, but they learned. I've never seen a crowd, an audience that quiet for that long. I don't think people in the audience made a noise or anything until Davis versus Garcia. Matter of fact, the crowd didn't show no life until Meek Mills and Gary Russell Jr. and Antoine Russell and them started arguing. Because Antoine and Gary Russell and them don't like Gervonta, so they was there cheering against them, hoping for Garcia to win. And Meek Mills heard it, and they started going back and forth, who gonna win, this, that, and the third. And the next thing you know, it started being a little shoving and a little moving. And, people in Meek Mill crew, they trying to stand up and be who they trying to be for their boss. And Gary Russell and them, they boxers, so they're like, hey, it's whatever. They know they're going to get one win out of that fight in the crowd. But I digress. Actually, the fight was a good fight. Davis versus Garcia was a very, very good fight. Garcia landed some good shots. Davis definitely landed some very good shots. And both fighters gave it their all in the first half of that fight. But after the commotion, it was like Gervonta just turned up a whole nother notch. And, basically hit your boy with some body shots and some hooks to the head. And, after the bell run, went to the corner, dude was like, man, I can't see out of this eye, my right eye. And, so that just lets you know there's power in Gervonta Tank Davis's fist to be able to hit a man to make him temporarily lose sight and vision in one eye. So that must have been a scary situation for your boy Hector Luis Garcia, for him to be able to say no mas, to not answer the bell, to get off the stool to go into the next round. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Your boy Gervonta Tank Davis said after the fight, he was like, you already know. He said, me and Ryan Garcia, supposed to be for April. So, we're going to really see if these guys going to really do it, or is somebody going to bow out, somebody going to make an excuse, or something going to happen. Oh, I can't do this, I get injured in training, or, we really hope that both men show up to this fight. No one backs out, because I tell you what, if someone backs out of this fight, they are definitely going to get some serious fire backlash, because they banking on this fight, because if we can't get Spence versus Crawford, then pretty much the boxing community is leaning on Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia to be that mega fight for 2023. At least one of the biggest fights of 2023, if not the biggest. So it's definitely going to be one of the biggest grossing. Just imagine, man, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis at press conference. It's so much animosity there from Gervonta Tank Davis grabbing Ryan Garcia's chain, because Ryan Garcia was a little tipsy at a club, and he came up to the Gervonta Tank Davis table talking about, what I'm saying, when we go fight, da 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 da. And Gervonta got up, grabbed the chain, and everybody had to grab his arm, make him let go, and this and that. So, definitely some serious history there. That fight would definitely do, I think a box office blockbuster for real, because they're saying that Gervonta Tank Davis sold out the stadium 19,000 plus. So, in DC, as you can see in most of the footage, it was packed out. It really was a packed event. So you can't down talk it. Your boy Devin Haney, he had some words to say about, Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and was saying what kind of cheating mess is this, and ain't never seen a fight be paused before. But, I get it. But, it's just, Devin got history with those guys too. And Devin feel avoided and disrespected by those guys. And I can understand it. Really no one from his era or his division has acknowledged him as the undisputed champion. Only a few other boxers and a few prospects have. So, I kind of understand how Devin Haney feels at this time right now. And, Gervonta Tank Davis is definitely still filling up them seats, bringing out the fans, bringing out the stars. So, not to say Devin Haney isn't doing that as well, but just not at that level just yet, and hopefully he can get to that level, maybe just in time, it all takes in time, or maybe Gervonta Tank Davis is the man of the lightweight division. We'll see. We'll see as this all moves forward and all the pieces come together and all the matches are done. So anyway, it was a very, very good night of fights. I definitely appreciate Showtime, PBC for putting this on. Definitely was a wonderful night of fights. And I look forward to even more. So anyway, that's all I got for you in this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV. And I'm on social media everywhere. Definitely go to the website, PrimeTimeTalkTV.com, and copy you some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love. I'm out. Till next time.